Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
With sports betting now legal in Michigan, some of the biggest betting houses are trying to woo you with some easy new amenities just in time for one of the biggest sporting events of the year.
As we speak, federal lawsuits are being filed against the University of Michigan.
U of M unequivocally knew that they were putting a sex offender in that locker room.
So far, 11 lawsuits, but more than 70 victims have come forward with alleged claims of abuse at the hands of Dr. Robert Anderson.
With the first lawsuits being filed against Dr. Anderson, his first female victim has come forward.
Now, he worked at U of M from 1963 until 2003. And during that time, dozens of former students and athletes claim he sexually abused them. Mara McDonald live at the federal courthouse. Mara, former Attorney General Mike Cox has lawsuits going as we speak.
That's right, Devin. This is the first one that Cox has filed, the first of 11 that are going through here at the federal courthouse right now. Cox believes he's probably going to have 9 more to come over the following days. All are from former University of Michigan athletes, most of which were scholarship kids, and Cox says they were essentially trapped into having to deal with this doctor.
They turn them loose on these unsuspecting young men.
According to Cox's first federal lawsuit, their client was a student at the university in the 80s, a scholarship wrestler. The suit being filed as a John Doe case to protect his anonymity. So will the rest of Cox's federal lawsuits.
They're Michigan men through and through, maize and blue. Many of them were prominent athletes in the sport of wrestling, football, and hockey.
Cox has roughly 20 men who say they were victimized by Dr. Robert Anderson. A law firm out of Denver has about 60 victims who have contacted them. Now they say they're opting not to sue at this point.
Our clients include both men as well as women, teens and adults that saw Dr. Anderson in a standalone clinic, medical students as well as residents, past and current employees of the university. We represent a number of different athletes, including members of the baseball teams, track and field, swimming, wrestling, hockey, including an individual that played in the NHL, as well as members of the football team, including a member of the 1997 championship team and an individual that played professional football.
Instead, they say they're working with the university for now.
We believe that the university is willing to work with us and maintain the confidentiality of our clients.
Back here live, so you've got 2 different legal teams with 2 different legal strategies, but they both agree on one thing. They're advising their clients and any potential clients not to call the 800 number that the university has set up as a hotline to deal with this, because it will connect you with an attorney who is working for the university. We're live at the federal courthouse tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Mara, noteworthy here that this is the first time we're hearing about potential women victims.
Yeah, it is the first time, Devin, and I, you know, what we have heard over and over from all of these former athletes so far is that, you know, these were overly invasive exams, rectal exams, fondling of genitalia, whatever. So I asked the attorneys, well, what are the women claiming? And they're essentially saying the same thing, overly invasive medical exams. Back to you.
All right, Mara.
Well, with coronavirus cases on the rise in the U.S., the House has passed an $8 billion bill to fight the outbreak.
Bipartisan package includes nearly $7.8 billion for agencies dealing with the virus. That is 3 times more money than the White House proposed just last week. The Senate is expected to vote on that bill tomorrow. There are now 158 cases in the U.S. 11 deaths have been reported. A little later on tonight in this newscast, Dr. Frank McGeorge will be joining us with answers to your questions, including how to know if you have the flu or if it might be the coronavirus.
With sports betting now legal online and in casinos in Michigan, venues are getting closer to being ready to let you place your bet. Jason Colthorpe is outside MGM Grand Force tonight, and it wasn't long ago you showed us the new sports gambling lounge it opened.
Yeah, it's called Moneyline, Kim, and it's expected to be ready. MGM seems to be shaping it up so you're going to be able to walk in and place a bet on a sporting event as soon as the final authorization is given. And that first sporting event might very well be the NCAA tournament.
McQuaid takes it with one on the clock and buries it.
The NCAA basketball tournament attracts gamblers more than any other sporting event in America outside of the Super Bowl. This year it will generate $10 billion in wagers, and Michigan casinos plan to be ready. The MGM Grand has already unveiled its Moneyline sports betting bar, and now it has several kiosks ready to be fired up just a few feet away. The Detroit News first reported the kiosks and says the goal is to be ready for betting when the Michigan Gaming Control Board gives the final approval, and many expect it to coincide with March Madness. Have you seen them?
Yes, it's very fun. I love it. I love using those games, and it reminds me of being in Vegas. And definitely with the bar set up and the whole nine, that's great. I like it.
Easier the better?
The easier the better, yes.
It's an added layer of convenience to go with online betting that have Michiganders both ready and cautious.
I spent some time in Vegas, and I've seen the very same bars and betting facilities. It is very convenient. People do get in trouble a little bit, but again, I think with some responsibility, like the gambling that came into town years ago, could bring some good things to our city and some more resources and finances.
So in-person betting any moment now, but the online gaming still a long way down the road. The Michigan Gaming Control Board still working on finalizing the whole system of getting licenses in place, so we'll have to wait and see when that all comes about. We're downtown tonight. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
All right, Jason. A man is charged after allegedly driving drunk into a construction zone with his 4-year-old son in the car.
EFGHIJKLL, man. LMNOPQRH. Hold on.
Now, Troy Police dash cam video showing Karan Kirkendorf failing sobriety tests after being pulled over in an I-75 construction zone over the weekend. Police said they smelled alcohol and marijuana and saw his 4-year-old son asleep in the back seat. Kirkendorf blew a .16, twice the legal limit. He is charged with child endangerment and drunk driving.
Republican leaders in the State House propose a new way to fund a road fix without raising taxes. The plan would remove the 6% sales tax on gasoline and replace it with an equal per gallon tax. It would raise some $800 million for local roads. Today, Governor Whitmer fired back, saying she will move forward with her $3.5 billion bond proposal to fix the roads.
We have to move dirt now to protect people in our state and to lock in low rates. It's a smart thing to do. The legislature is just figuring out the scope of executive authority, and no surprise, they're trying to take it away, but that's not going to happen.
The governor's bonding plan would double current spending on state road and bridge construction over the next 5 years.
Just 6 days now until the Michigan primary. A once very crowded Democratic field is down to 4 candidates, with Mike Bloomberg dropping out earlier today following his disappointing Super Tuesday showing. The votes are still being counted in California, believe it or not, but this is where the delegate count stands right now among the candidates still in the race. Former Vice President Joe Biden has taken over the delegate lead over Senator Sanders. Keep in mind, we still have a long way to go. More than 1,900 delegates are needed to win the nomination. There are actually 6 primaries coming up next Tuesday, but Michigan has the most delegates up for grabs by far. Bernie Sanders is going to be here on Friday, holding a rally at the TCF Center downtown. That'll be at 7 p.m. The Detroit News, by the way, releasing their endorsement tonight of Joe Biden in the Michigan primary, and also reporting that Biden is planning an event in Detroit on Monday. Joe Louis Arena stood on the Detroit River going back to 1979, home to Stanley Cup winning Red Wings teams, lots of concerts and much more.
Yeah, a lot of memories there, but the Wings moved out, leaving the arena vacant. Most of the Joe is gone except for one giant beam. Our Tim Pamplin shows us how crews brought it down.
Crews were working well into the evening here at the old Joe Louis Arena site. Not much left now, just a couple of towers and that massive truss that spanned the entire structure. The demolition's been going on since early last year. Took a little bit of a hiatus while they were waiting for the jacks to come in that will slowly lower the truss down. Not just any old truss, of course, part of history as we looked skyward to sing the national anthem. Remember Sawchuck, Lindsay, and Howe? But bringing this 900 tons of steel down in one piece required perfect weather, and today was a day. Let's roll the time lapse. This is from our Windsor Skycam. There it goes, slowly being lowered down to the ground being told this entire site, the site of, well, so many memories, to be quite frank, should be entirely cleared by the end of May. That's the scene down at the old Joe Louis Arena site. With the nightcap, Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Fortunately, the memories don't go with all of the construction stuff.
It's true.